Yo, stop what you're doing right now because what you're about to hear might change how you look at the rap game forever. Fans are shocked, timelines are on fire, and whispers from the streets are getting louder by the minute. What started as slick lines and quiet tension has allegedly turned into something way more serious, and insiders are saying the Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy beef is about to cross a line nobody expected. Emotions ran high after cryptic posts, deleted comments, and late-night studio rumors that had fans connecting because they weren't ready to connect. One camp says it's about respect, the other says it's about loyalty and betrayal. Right in the middle are millions of fans watching every move, every lyric, every silence. Sources close to both sides claim this isn't just industry competition anymore. This is personal. Friends are picking sides, families are nervous, and the energy feels different this time. You can feel it in the air, hear it in the music. The streets are asking one dangerous question. What happens if neither side backs down? Stay locked in, twists are coming. And by the end, you question everything new about this beef. The streets were buzzing, timelines were exploding, and the energy in the rap community was electric. What started as subtle digs in lyrics and shady Instagram comments had now spiraled into what insiders were calling a full-blown war between Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy. Fans were shocked. They couldn't believe the tension that had been simmering quietly for months had finally reached the boiling point. Social media was flooded with speculation, and everyone wanted answers. What had started as casual competition for streams and attention had quickly transformed into a high-stakes clash that could change the entire landscape of the rap game. It all began, sources said, after a late-night studio session in Atlanta that wasn't meant to be public. Lil Baby had reportedly been working on new tracks with some of his closest collaborators when NBA YoungBoy's name came up, not in a friendly way, but in a critique that some considered disrespectful. According to insiders, one of Lil Baby's producers allegedly muttered, "YoungBoy's been talking too much, thinking he's untouchable." The comment, while casual in the moment, somehow found its way to YoungBoy's camp, and as anyone familiar with NBA YoungBoy knows, nothing slides under his radar. The reaction was immediate. Fans could see the tension start to mount from cryptic posts on both rappers' social media, posts that were deleted within minutes, but not before screenshots were circulating everywhere. Sources close to YoungBoy revealed that he had gathered his inner circle the very next day, emotions running high, to discuss what they perceived as a slight from Lil Baby. "We don't play that," one unnamed source said. "YoungBoy doesn't care about streams or awards. It's respect. You touch him or his family, it's over." And with that, the stage was set. While the public saw casual jabs and Instagram captions and a few pointed lyrics on new tracks, the real story was happening behind closed doors. According to insiders, both camps were preparing for a showdown that went far beyond music, a personal confrontation that had both sides on edge. Fans noticed the subtle signals almost immediately. Lil Baby began posting stories of luxury, success, and dominance, accompanied by cryptic captions like, "Can't let the noise control the moves," and "Some people don't know what respect really is." YoungBoy, never one to back down, responded with his own social media activity, posting clips of studio sessions, late-night city drives, and lyrics about loyalty, betrayal, and survival. Each post fueled the rumors. Each story was analyzed for hidden meaning. The energy was palpable. Fans were shocked, but they were also addicted to the unfolding drama, refreshing feeds, waiting for the next clue. Analysts, bloggers, and social media personalities all jumped in, offering takes, hot takes, and conspiracies that only made the tension feel more real. What made this beef particularly dangerous, insiders said, was the involvement of family and close associates. Reports from multiple sources suggested that YoungBoy's camp had contacted some of Lil Baby's former collaborators, people who had switched sides or were rumored to have inside knowledge. "It's not just music anymore," said one insider. "Now it's about alliances, loyalty, and protecting your own. Families get involved, and that's when things get messy." Meanwhile, Lil Baby was reportedly calling in favors from industry friends, making sure his team was prepared for whatever might come. Emotions ran high, and the line between music drama and real-life consequences was blurring faster than anyone could keep up with. The city of Atlanta, where both camps were said to have bases, became the unofficial battleground. Late-night sightings of YoungBoy's crew in various neighborhoods raised eyebrows. At the same time, Lil Baby's security was spotted coordinating with local contacts, making sure there were no surprises. Rumors circulated of clandestine meetings in private studios, high-rise apartments, and even local diners where every word spoken was analyzed, recorded, and shared through whispers in the streets. Fans started creating fan pages dedicated solely to tracking their movements, posting theories about who is aligned with who might flip sides, and which lyric was really meant as a threat. It was almost like a real-life chess game, and every move carried serious weight. Drama escalated when an insider from YoungBoy's camp claimed that a heated phone conversation took place between the two sides. According to the source, emotions ran high, voices were raised, and accusations were thrown around like daggers. "You think you're untouchable," the source alleged YoungBoy said, "but you got a lot of people underestimating you. Respect ain't free." Lil Baby allegedly responded with equal intensity, reminding YoungBoy of his influence, his team, and the countless artists he had helped elevate. "Don't come at me unless you're ready for the consequences," he supposedly said. Fans were on the edge of their seats, waiting to see whether these words would remain behind closed doors or spill into public actions. The tension had reached a critical point, and the city seemed to be holding its breath. Meanwhile, social media fans continued to stir the pot. Screenshots of old interviews, song lyrics, and even casual mentions in TikTok videos were dissected and discussed endlessly. Some fans claimed they had evidence of secret beef escalations, while others tried to calm the narrative, insisting this was typical rap competition. But insiders warned that this time, it was different. Both of these guys are not just rappers, they're brands, legacies, and family men, one source said. When pride, money, and respect mix with personal feelings, you get fireworks. And this isn't the kind of fire that burns out quickly. Everyone could feel it. The tension was real, and the consequences, if mishandled, could be serious. Even the music community began weighing in. Fellow rappers, producers, and collaborators were allegedly contacted by both camps, either to mediate or to confirm alliances. Some stayed neutral, some showed support publicly, and some reportedly refused to get involved at all. The family aspect was particularly sensitive. Lil Baby's team was said to be worried about YoungBoy's public statements potentially affecting his children and personal life. Meanwhile, YoungBoy's camp warned that any public disrespect toward family members would not be tolerated. The drama was evolving quickly, combining elements of music competition, personal vendettas, and family loyalty in a way that had fans glued to their screens like never before. In a surprising twist, insiders claimed that there were rumors of a secret meeting that almost happened in downtown Atlanta. Both camps were allegedly planning a face-to-face conversation to clear the air, but last-minute changes, misunderstandings, and leaks prevented it. "It could have been the moment where things de-escalate," said one source, but the pride and paranoia were too high. Instead of a handshake, the streets got rumors, screenshots, and tension that keeps everyone awake at night. Fans speculated endlessly about what could have been said, and snippets of conversations leaked online fueled even more chaos. Every post, story, and lyric was analyzed as a potential warning, a hidden message, or a call to arms. By this point, the public narrative had completely merged with the private one. Fans were convinced that every move, every caption, every late-night studio upload carried a message meant for the other camp. Memes, threads, and videos proliferated, each theorizing about potential alliances, hidden threats, or plans for retaliation. Even music journalists began reporting on speculation as if it were fact, feeding into the viral cycle. Analysts warned that while the beef had been brewing for months, the combination of personal stakes, social media amplification, and street-level tension meant that this was one story that could quickly go from digital drama to real-life consequences. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided in whispers of what next, and how far will this go? And just when fans thought they had seen it all, a late-night post from YoungBoy's verified account appeared, cryptic but clear to insiders. "Nothing is off-limits. Everyone will see." Screenshots went viral. Analysts went wild. Fans flooded the comments with theories ranging from the plausible to the insane. Meanwhile, Lil Baby's response came quietly in the form of a studio upload, but insiders said it carried an unmistakable tone of defiance and warning. Both sides were now fully entrenched. The stakes were higher than ever, and the path to resolution was murky, fraught with uncertainty, and dripping with tension. Social media was ablaze. Fans were making reaction videos, posting memes, and dissecting every interaction. Industry insiders whispered about potential collaborations, betrayals, and even unlikely alliances. The drama had shifted from speculation to expectation, and the entire rap community seemed to be holding its breath. Everyone had a prediction, a theory, or a warning. Everyone, that is, except the two main players themselves, Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy, who were keeping their cards close, letting the tension simmer, and letting the public ride the wave of anticipation. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and the narrative was only getting started. The tension that had been building behind the scenes started spilling over into public spaces, and fans were watching every move like a live reality TV show. Atlanta, the heart of the rap game, had suddenly become a chessboard, and everyone in both camps was a piece moving cautiously, but with purpose. Sources revealed that Lil Baby's team had stepped up security around his studio and personal residences. "It's not paranoia," one insider said. "It's strategy. When you're dealing with someone like YoungBoy, who's known for being unpredictable, you don't take chances." Meanwhile, YoungBoy's camp was said to be monitoring social media like hawks, reacting to every post, story, and cryptic lyric as if it were a direct message. Fans were shocked, discussions were heated, and the streets were buzzing with whispers of what could happen next. Rumors began circulating that the feud wasn't just about respect anymore, it had become personal. Sources claimed that an argument during a private recording session escalated into accusations about loyalty, family, and long-standing grudges that neither artist had addressed publicly. It wasn't just about music, an insider said. It was about everything they felt had been going on behind the scenes for years. The money, the influence, the reputation, everything came into play. Lil Baby was reportedly upset about perceived disloyalty in YoungBoy's circle, while YoungBoy's team felt slighted by comments that seemed to undermine their leader's credibility. Friends, family members, and even business partners were being dragged into the narrative, and the drama became a tangled web of accusations, threats, and tense stares. The first major public escalation happened during an interview that Lil Baby did with a prominent music podcast. While the questions were standard, his responses were anything but. He dropped hints that some people in the industry were pretending to be loyal while secretly undermining others. Fans immediately connected the dots and assumed he was talking about YoungBoy. He didn't even name names, but you know who it is, one fan commented on Twitter. YoungBoy didn't wait long to respond. Hours later, he posted a series of stories showing his studio, a brand new car, and snippets of new music, all captioned with phrases like, "Can't be touched," and "Loyalty over everything." The posts were cryptic, but insiders said the meaning was clear. He wasn't backing down. Emotions ran high in private circles as well. Sources revealed that Lil Baby's team had scheduled meetings with key industry players to gauge support and ensure his side was fortified. "They're not just thinking about music," an insider said. "They're thinking about influence, alliances, and how to keep their family safe while dealing with someone as volatile as YoungBoy." Meanwhile, YoungBoy's inner circle was allegedly doing the same, preparing for every possible scenario. The family dynamic made the tension even more combustible. Both camps were aware that any misstep could lead to public humiliation or worse, personal conflict spilling into dangerous territory. Fans were shocked, and speculation exploded on social media, with hashtags trending in minutes. In a shocking twist, an anonymous source claimed that YoungBoy had attempted to reach out directly to Lil Baby's team in an effort to clear the air. According to the insider, the call lasted only a few minutes, but ended in frustration, accusations, and threats. "It was intense," the source said. Voices were raised. Words were thrown that will never be forgotten. Neither side was willing to compromise, and both walked away angrier than before. Fans couldn't verify the story, but screenshots of leaked text messages started circulating, fueling the fire even more. Each new leak added layers of tension, leaving the rap community divided over what was real and what was speculation. Adding another layer of drama, some of Lil Baby's closest collaborators reportedly received offers from YoungBoy's camp, possibly to sway alliances. "It's classic move," said an insider. "You try to create doubt and shake loyalty. It's about testing who's really in your corner." Some members of Lil Baby's team were tempted, others shocked, and some openly rejected the attempts, pledging loyalty. YoungBoy's camp was said to be doing the same, checking in with people they thought might be loyal to Lil Baby, questioning intentions, and making it clear that betrayal would not be tolerated. The tension reached a point where every conversation, every meeting, and every handshake was scrutinized for hidden meaning. Fans were glued to social media as the drama escalated further. Memes, reaction videos, and fan theories spread like wildfire. Some claimed that Lil Baby had dropped subtle references in a verse that only insiders could decode, while others said YoungBoy's latest post was a veiled threat. "You can feel it," one fan tweeted. "This isn't just music. This is personal. This is real." Street chatter reflected the same intensity. Local radio shows, blogs, and entertainment channels all jumped on the story, analyzing every move, predicting the next steps, and speculating about potential consequences. The public frenzy only added pressure to both camps. Then came another dramatic twist. A leaked conversation between YoungBoy and a close associate suggested that he was considering taking more drastic steps to assert dominance. According to the insider, YoungBoy allegedly said, "If they keep disrespecting, they'll learn the hard way." The leak sent fans into a frenzy. Lil Baby's camp responded quietly, but sources said the message was clear. They were prepared for anything, and they weren't backing down. Analysts suggested that this back and forth could escalate quickly, potentially involving people outside the immediate circle of the artists themselves. The family angle remained critical. Both sides were reportedly extremely protective of their loved ones, and any public misstep could ignite a larger conflict. Meanwhile, industry insiders claimed that some behind-the-scenes attempts at mediation had failed spectacularly. A respected figure in the rap community allegedly tried to set up a neutral meeting to negotiate peace, but according to sources, the effort collapsed due to mistrust and leaked details. "Both sides want respect, but neither trusts the other," said one insider. The mediator tried, but it was like pouring water on a fire. The heat is too high, and both camps are too stubborn to step back. Fans, meanwhile, were dissecting every tweet, story, and caption for clues. The anticipation was palpable, and the rumor mill operated at full speed, making every day feel like a turning point in an epic saga. Adding fuel to the fire, insiders claimed that both Lil Baby and YoungBoy had started working on response tracks, but unlike normal diss songs, these were allegedly personal, raw, and emotional, intended to hit not just careers but reputations and pride. According to sources, snippets were being shared only with close allies, creating a sense of secrecy and exclusivity that only heightened fan obsession. "Everyone wants to hear the music, but no one knows what's really coming," said one insider. "When it drops, it's going to blow minds." The strategy seemed calculated: maintain suspense, heighten tension, and let social media speculation build until the eventual reveal. Finally, insiders revealed that both camps were aware that the stakes were higher than ever. This wasn't just about chart positions, streams, or social media likes. It was about legacy, influence, and respect, both in the streets and in the industry. Friends and family were involved, loyalties were tested, and the line between performance and real-life consequences was blurred. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and every post, story, and lyric became of a larger, ongoing saga. The streets were watching, the industry was watching, and the world of rap had never been more captivated. With everything escalating, one question loomed over the community. Could either side back down without losing face? Or was the path forward destined to collide in ways no one could predict? The tension was thick, the stakes were personal, and the story was far from over. Fans were glued to their screens. Analysts were breaking down every detail, and the saga of Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy was entering a stage where emotions, pride, and ambition could create outcomes that no one was prepared for. The energy surrounding the Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy situation had reached a fever pitch. Fans were no longer just observers. They were participants, analyzing every post, screenshot, and lyric as if their lives depended on it. Atlanta had become the epicenter of a brewing storm, and insiders reported that both camps were operating like military units, planning, strategizing, and watching every move of the other side. Sources said emotions were running higher than ever, with pride, ego, and family loyalty intertwining in ways that made even casual observers nervous. "This is bigger than music," one insider said. "This is personal. Both of these guys are making moves that could have consequences beyond the studio." The drama took a shocking turn when an alleged confrontation occurred during a late-night studio session. According to multiple insiders, Lil Baby was in the studio finishing tracks when a member of YoungBoy's camp allegedly appeared unexpectedly. Words were exchanged, voices were raised, and the situation escalated before it could be contained. "It was tense," a source said. "People were trying to calm things down, but the emotions were too raw. Everyone left the studio shaken. Even a small spark could have started something serious." Fans were shocked when screenshots of heated text exchanges later surfaced, showing threats, warnings, and accusations that made it clear neither side was backing down. The family angle added another layer of intensity, as both artists were reportedly discussing the impact this could have on their children and loved ones. Meanwhile, social media erupted with speculations and conspiracies. Fans dissected every lyric from both artists' latest releases, searching for hidden messages or subliminal shots at the other side. Posts, stories, and cryptic captions became a battleground of their own. One snippet from YoungBoy's Instagram story, showing him driving through the city with a caption that read, "Loyalty over everything," caused an avalanche of comments, memes, and reaction videos. Lil Baby's response was equally calculated, posting studio clips with lines like, "Some people forget who built the path," fueling speculation that he was addressing YoungBoy without naming him directly. The public frenzy amplified the tension, creating an almost cinematic backdrop for what insiders warned could turn into a real-life confrontation. Behind the scenes, tensions within both camps were reportedly escalating as well. Sources claimed that Lil Baby's team was scrutinizing every friend, collaborator, and associate, ensuring loyalty and alignment with the camp's strategy. Meanwhile, YoungBoy's circle was allegedly doing the same, questioning intentions and monitoring potential leaks. "Trust is the most valuable currency right now," one insider said. "A single betrayal could blow this whole thing wide open." Friends and family members were said to be caught in the middle, receiving warnings and advice about staying out of the conflict, but insiders admitted that the lines between personal and professional were already blurred. Emotions ran high, and the atmosphere was reportedly thick with tension. A shocking development reportedly occurred when a private source claimed that YoungBoy had allegedly contacted a former collaborator of Lil Baby in an attempt to gather intel. The move was described as strategic and calculated, meant to create uncertainty and test loyalties. Lil Baby's camp allegedly caught wind of the move, and according to insiders, it only fueled anger and paranoia. Text exchanges reportedly escalated to include warnings and veiled threats, further deepening the divide. "It's not just music anymore," one source said. "This is about influence, respect, and positioning." Both sides are thinking 10 steps ahead, and the public sees only the surface drama. Fans were shocked, debates raged online, and rumors grew wilder with each passing day. Adding fuel to the fire, an insider claimed that both artists were working on unreleased tracks aimed directly at the other, tracks that reportedly contained lines referencing family, loyalty, and personal betrayals. "These aren't normal disses," the source said. "These are personal, emotional, raw. They cut deeper than anyone realizes." Social media fans speculated endlessly about what these tracks could say, creating a frenzy as snippets leaked in small, cryptic forms. Analysts, bloggers, and YouTubers began predicting the potential fallout, discussing everything from chart performance to street-level repercussions. The anticipation was almost unbearable. The feud reportedly took a darker turn when a public figure close to both camps tried to mediate, arranging a neutral meeting to de-escalate the situation. According to insiders, the meeting never happened due to mistrust, miscommunication, and fear that anything said could be leaked. Both sides want peace, an insider said, but neither side trusts the other enough to sit down in person. It's like holding a lit match near gasoline. One wrong move, and it all explodes. Fans reacted with disappointment, hoping for a resolution, but the narrative was already spiraling into something much bigger. Amid all the chaos, sources claimed that both camps were using music strategically to send messages. Lil Baby reportedly dropped hints in a verse that fans interpreted as a warning. Some people don't understand the weight of respect. Meanwhile, YoungBoy allegedly replied with his own lines, cryptic yet clear. Loyalty runs deeper than gold, and some lessons are learned too late. Fans dissected every syllable, theorized about hidden meanings, and connecteds that may or may not have been there. Social media became an arena for debate, argument, and wild speculation, and the intensity only made the drama feel more dangerous. A particularly shocking allegation emerged when a source claimed that both camps were preparing for a potential public confrontation at an upcoming event. According to insiders, security measures were being doubled, plans were being drafted, and everyone involved was on high alert. It's not just about the music anymore, one source said. It's about appearances, reputation, and power. If they cross paths, even by accident, things could escalate quickly. Fans immediately started speculating about venues, appearances, and possible interactions, creating a frenzy that spread across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Every fan wanted to witness the next development firsthand. Meanwhile, the emotional toll on family members was reportedly significant. Sources claimed that both artists were constantly communicating with loved ones about safety, loyalty, and the potential fallout of each new move. Families are scared, one insider said. They see the tension, the threats, the rumors, and they know this isn't just entertainment anymore. This could get messy if not handled carefully. Friends and collaborators were also caught in the crossfire, receiving pressure from both camps and trying to navigate a situation that was increasingly unpredictable. Emotions ran high, and the stakes kept rising. In a dramatic twist, a leaked conversation allegedly revealed that YoungBoy was considering legal action over perceived slights, while Lil Baby's team was exploring ways to protect their image and influence in response. It's escalating in every possible direction, said an insider. Social media, music, private conversations, and even potential legal measures. Both sides are thinking strategically, but the emotional intensity is off the charts. Fans were shocked, analysts were intrigued, and the rap world held its collective breath, wondering if this feud would end in reconciliation, continued escalation, or something far more serious. Insiders claimed that the energy between Lil Baby and YoungBoy had reached a tipping point. Every post, every lyric, and every leak was adding fuel to a fire that could ignite at any moment. Atlanta had become a hotbed of speculation, debate, and anticipation. Fans were glued to screens, dissecting details, creating theories, and waiting for the inevitable next move. Analysts warned that this feud, unlike many before it, had the potential to cross the line between performance and real-life conflict. The drama wasn't just entertainment. It was personal, emotional, and high stakes. As social media buzzed, insiders revealed that both camps were bracing for the possibility of unexpected confrontations, whether in public spaces, private studios, or even online. Friends and family members were advised to stay out of the spotlight, but the intensity of the feud made neutrality almost impossible. The stakes were enormous, the emotions were raw, and the potential outcomes were unpredictable. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and the saga of Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy had entered a stage where anything could happen, and everyone knew it. The community could feel it. The streets, the clubs, the radio shows, and the YouTube comment sections all carried the tension. Analysts predicted new music, unexpected interactions, and maybe even public statements that would either escalate or resolve the conflict. The emotional stakes, the loyalty dynamics, and the family pressures all combined to make this one of the most intense feuds in recent rap history. Fans were glued to every detail, waiting, speculating, and sharing opinions. Every move mattered, every word counted, and both Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy were proving that this was more than a game. It was a war of respect, influence, and legacy. The tension had reached a point where it was no longer just about music, streams, or clout. Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy had transformed what was once a rivalry into a full-blown saga that fans were following like the latest blockbuster. Atlanta was buzzing, social media was on fire, and insiders claimed that both camps were operating under the assumption that anything could happen at any moment. This isn't just rap drama anymore, one source said. It's personal, and both sides know that a single misstep could ignite something serious. The streets, the fans, even the families, they're all watching. The drama had become a living, breathing entity, growing more volatile with every passing hour. Rumors of private confrontations continued to swirl. Sources claimed that Lil Baby's team had reportedly spotted members of YoungBoy's crew near his studio, prompting heightened security measures and emergency meetings. "Everyone's on edge," said an insider. Even the smallest movement could trigger a reaction. Both sides are watching, waiting, and preparing for anything. Meanwhile, YoungBoy's camp was allegedly discussing strategic appearances at local events, using subtle public sightings to send messages and assert dominance. Fans were shocked, dissecting every post, every story, and every casual video for hidden meaning. Analysts warned that these interactions, if misinterpreted, could spark escalation beyond anything previously imagined. Adding to the tension, insiders revealed that private text exchanges between the camps had grown increasingly hostile. Threats, accusations, and warnings were reportedly flying back and forth, leaving little room for reconciliation. "It's intense," a source said. "Every conversation is like walking a tightrope. One wrong word, one leaked message, and the situation could explode." Fans were shocked when screenshots surfaced showing exchanges that suggested YoungBoy had directly questioned Lil Baby's loyalty, while Baby's team responded with veiled warnings about consequences and respect. The drama had taken on a life of its own, leaving observers unsure of where the next twist might come from. One of the most shocking developments allegedly involved family members. Sources claimed that both camps were discussing the potential risks to their loved ones, and some relatives were reportedly involved in conversations about security, loyalty, and influence. "Families are scared," an insider said. "They see what's happening online, what's being said in private, and they know this is bigger than music. The pressure is intense, and everyone is feeling it." Fans reacted passionately on social media, with some urging calm while others fueled the fire with theories, memes, and fan edits. The story was no longer just about the artists. It had expanded into a saga affecting everyone around them. In a surprising twist, insiders claimed that both Lil Baby and YoungBoy had begun preparing exclusive music meant to address the feud directly. "These tracks aren't just for the fans," a source said. "They're statements. They're warnings. They're meant to communicate messages that go beyond lyrics, messages only the other side will fully understand." Fans speculated endlessly about what these songs could contain, sharing snippets, rumors, and analysis across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The anticipation created a frenzy, with fans and analysts alike predicting explosive lines, hidden threats, and shocking reveals. The tension was palpable, and the stakes were higher than ever. The drama reportedly escalated further when YoungBoy allegedly confronted an associate about possible leaks and alliances, demanding loyalty and threatening consequences for betrayal. Lil Baby's camp, meanwhile, was allegedly monitoring the situation closely, ensuring their team remained tight and aligned. "Trust is everything right now," said an insider. "Any sign of betrayal could change everything." Both sides are moving carefully, but the emotional intensity makes mistakes likely. Fans were shocked by the alleged confrontations, sharing screenshots, commentary, and speculation that kept the feud trending across multiple platforms. Adding another layer to the saga, insiders claimed that potential mediators had tried and failed to step in. Attempts at peace talks reportedly collapsed due to mistrust, leaked details, and the high emotions surrounding both artists. "It was doomed from the start," said a source. "Both sides want respect, but neither trusts the other. The tension is too thick, and any attempt at reconciliation risks being twisted into a weakness." Fans were glued to social media, dissecting every post, video, and story for clues about the feud's trajectory. The anticipation reached a fever pitch, with rumors of secret meetings, coded messages, and hidden diss tracks keeping the public on edge. The stakes reportedly grew even higher when both camps allegedly started considering public appearances as strategic moves. Insider sources claimed that Lil Baby was planning to show dominance subtly through his shows, interviews, and social media activity, while YoungBoy's team was reportedly plotting similar displays. Every post, story, and lyric designed to communicate messages, assert power, and test the other side's reactions. Fans were shocked, analyzing every detail, creating theories, and speculating about potential confrontations that could happen anywhere, from clubs and studios to public events. Meanwhile, insiders claimed that both artists' families were increasingly involved, trying to mediate, monitor safety, and manage public perception. "The family factor makes this much more complicated," said one source. "It's not just about pride or competition. It's about protecting loved ones while navigating an unpredictable situation." Fans reacted with sympathy, frustration, and curiosity, commenting, debating, and theorizing on social media. The feud was no longer confined to lyrics or posts. It had become a full-blown narrative, combining elements of personal conflict, family dynamics, and public spectacle. In one particularly dramatic twist, leaked conversations allegedly revealed that YoungBoy was considering taking more aggressive measures to assert his dominance, while Lil Baby's team was reportedly planning preemptive strategies to protect reputation, alliances, and influence. "It's escalating in every possible direction," said an insider. Music, social media, private communications, and even potential public interactions. All of it is being considered. The stakes are higher than anyone realizes. Fans were shocked and obsessed, analyzing every detail, theorizing, and waiting for the next explosive move in this ongoing saga. By this stage, insiders claimed that both camps had reached a point of no return. Every action, every word, and every post mattered, and both sides were reportedly bracing for anything. Analysts speculated about potential outcomes, while fans dissected every lyric, screenshot, and rumor. The emotional intensity, combined with strategic maneuvering, made it clear that this feud was unlike anything either artist had faced before. Sources claimed that private tensions were mirrored publicly in every subtle interaction. Snippets of new tracks were released, cryptic social media posts appeared, and every performance, interview, or appearance carried unspoken messages. "The game has changed," said one insider. "This isn't about views or streams anymore. It's about respect, loyalty, and making sure no one thinks they can undermine you." Fans were glued to their screens, dissecting every detail and sharing theories across platforms. The drama was captivating, unpredictable, and escalating faster than anyone could keep track of. Insiders warned that the next steps in the feud could involve more direct confrontations, whether in the studio, at public events, or even online. "It's like watching a live chess match," said a source. "Every move matters, and both sides are trying to anticipate the other." The emotional intensity, the personal stakes, and the involvement of family make this incredibly dangerous and fascinating at the same time. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and the story continued to dominate conversations across the rap community. The saga had transformed into something far larger than just a rivalry. Sources claimed that both Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy were now operating with full awareness of the risks, the public attention, and the emotional intensity involved. Atlanta was buzzing, social media was ablaze, and fans were glued to every development. The feud had become personal, emotional, and strategic, combining elements of music, family, loyalty, and street-level reputation in a way that kept the entire rap community captivated. The next chapter, insiders said, could be the most dramatic yet. Music releases, public appearances, and private interactions all had the potential to escalate or defuse the conflict. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and the anticipation reached an almost unbearable level. The story of Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy was far from over, and everyone was waiting, watching, and wondering what would happen next. So, where does all this leave us? The feud between Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy has grown far beyond music. It's personal, emotional, and strategic. Families are on edge, friends are caught in the middle, and fans are glued to every move, every post, and every lyric. Atlanta has become the epicenter of this drama, and insiders warn that the next steps could either escalate the situation further or bring an unexpected twist toward resolution. What's clear is that both sides are not backing down, and the tension is at an all-time high. Every interaction, every cryptic post, and every unreleased track carries weight. This isn't just entertainment anymore. It's a high-stakes game of loyalty, respect, and reputation. Now it's your turn. What do you think will happen next? Will this beef escalate into something the streets have never seen, or will cooler heads prevail and find a way to de-escalate? Who do you think has the upper hand and whose strategy is the most calculated? The drama is unfolding in real time, and your opinions matter. Comment below with your predictions, share your hot takes, and let's see who's really following the story the closest. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button to show your support. Subscribe so you don't miss any updates, and turn on notifications because this saga is far from over. Share this video with your friends who need to stay in the loop, and remember, every post, every lyric, and every social media move could be the next explosive development in the Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy saga. Stay tuned, because this story is only getting started, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single second.